powering this whole revolution? Well, it's a completely new class of AI that is it's astonishingly capable. We're now looking at models that are really, for the first time ever, actually helping to build themselves.
Okay, so meet MiniMax M2.7. This is not just another LLM. It's an open source model that's designed to be a self-evolving agent. What does that even mean? It means it can look at its own mistakes, figure out why it failed, and then autonomously rewrite its own code to get better. This is a massive shift in how AI gets built.
It's just unbelievable. Imagine a live system goes down, a real emergency. Well, MiniMax M2.7 has shown it can figure out the root cause, prove it with data, and push a fix in under 3 minutes. That is genuinely superhuman speed. It could change everything for tech companies. But, and this is a huge but, with all this incredible power comes some incredible risk.
And that brings us to the dark side of this gold rush. It turns out the very foundation of this entire AI boom is, well, alarmingly fragile. The whole ecosystem is built on a software supply chain that's so interconnected it's become dangerously vulnerable.
Right, let's walk through this disaster step by step. In March of 2026, a supply chain attack just sent shockwaves through the industry. And here's the thing, it didn't even start with the final target. It started with a popular open source security tool called Trivy. Once that was compromised, it infected another critical AI tool called Light LLM, which basically everyone uses. And from there, that malicious code got right into Mercor, a huge AI training firm.
The end result? Theft of 4 terabytes of catastrophically sensitive data. I mean, to put that in perspective, that is an insane amount of information. But the real story isn't just the amount of data, it's what was in it.
The hackers basically got the keys to the kingdom, Mercor's own proprietary source code. The personal information, we're talking social security numbers, for over 40,000 contractors. And maybe worst of all, the secret sauce, the AI training methods for the next-gen models being built by places like Meta and OpenAI. These are literally the crown jewels of the entire industry.
And this wasn't just another breach. As the security experts at Trend Micro pointed out, this was basically a blueprint. It showed the whole world how the AI industry, with its total reliance on all these interconnected open-source tools, has become a massive, blinking red target for these kinds of attacks.
But wait, the story actually gets worse. Because it turns out the very systems that are supposed to prevent these kinds of breaches, the security certifications that companies are supposed to trust, were allegedly built on a complete and total lie.
So on one hand, you have the promise of security compliance, right? It's supposed to be about independent verification, about building trust. But on the other hand, you have the reality of a company called Delve Technologies, the firm that certified the hacked tool. A whistleblower came out and accused them of running a fake compliance-as-a-service scheme, basically using what they called certification mills to just rubber stamp security reports without doing the work.
5 lawsuits were filed by contractors whose data got stolen. And Meta, one of Mercor's absolute biggest clients, just hit the pause button indefinitely on all their work. That puts the data supply chain for some of the most advanced AI models in the world at risk. The damage has been immense.
And this all brings us to the central paradox of this whole AI era. As our tools get exponentially more powerful, the risks they pose are also growing exponentially. And that line between a tool that defends us and a weapon that attacks us, it's getting dangerously thin.
Case in point, a model called Claude Mythos. This is a new, unreleased AI from Anthropic. Its job is cybersecurity. And it is so good at its job, it has officially gotten better than almost every single human expert at finding and, this is the key part, exploiting software vulnerabilities. It is the ultimate double-edged sword.
So you can see the dilemma here, right? This model has found thousands of security holes in critical software. Some of them have been just sitting there undiscovered for almost 3 decades. As a tool for defense, it's incredible, but it's so powerful at exploiting those same holes that they can't release it to the public. The risk was seen as so great that the U.S. Treasury Secretary literally called the CEOs of America's biggest banks into a meeting just to talk about this one threat.
Which leaves us with one giant central question of 2026. This year has given us self-evolving code, superhuman AI agents, and a multi-billion-dollar creative boom. It has also shown us a house of cards supply chain, systemic fraud, and AI tools so powerful they're being treated like a national security risk. So when our tools become this capable, who exactly do we trust to protect us from them?